Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Thursday, the 24th of April. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, okay, on Bitcoin, we are testing the weekly middle band at the moment. Now, obviously, it's important to remember the week ends on Sunday on Bitcoin. But at the moment, we've got an RSI 5 buy signal fixed, and that's reaching the possible near-miss target, but that doesn't fix until the end of the week. And we are testing the weekly middle band, which I've got at 92,116. We saw a significant break over it yesterday. We've come back into it, but it's still got, of course, until the end of Sunday to decide whether or not it's going to close above or below it. If it closes above, it still needs confirmation the following week, but that would be a significant technical breakup. This is a very important level, and you can see this was a slight breakover and then it fell the following week. You can see we got highs and lows, closing highs and lows, often at the weekly middle band. This is a very, very important level. So if we see a breakup, that would be very encouraging for seeing further upside. All right, looking at the daily chart. We're back over all of the moving averages at the moment, which is great. We've still got a target down in the 69.70 area, but if, let's say, okay, just throwing it out there, let's say we are forming a bull flag at the moment, and let's say this was A, B, and C, and the double bottom targets that we're currently seeing break up would be basically the B wave. That is something I'm thinking about. Now, it's not necessarily going to be the case, but if that was the case, then we'd likely go back and make those 69 to 70k targets later. I'm not counting them out, but I am saying for the moment, the short term, we've got a double bottom which has broken up. It's got nice targets up in about the 101 to 101.5 to about 103.8 area, and I'm not seeing anything to suggest that isn't going to make target. I'm really liking it, actually. We had this nice pattern here. We've broken up from it. And could this be a B wave? Yes, it could. Could we be heading up to new highs? Not unless we start seeing some signs that, well, it's going to be hard to see unless we see signs that we're actually going to see this become a flight to safety destination. I think the odds of that becoming much more of the case on crypto this year are pretty good. But at the moment, we're not seeing any real direct evidence of that, and that evidence we will need to see, because historically, this really does tend to follow the market. Okay, in terms of the 15-minute chart, so I've got a little resistance trend line here. We haven't quite hit it. Nice looking support trend line here, and I've got the rising support currently in the 82.50 area. We're a long way from that. I'm not expecting that to get broken, but I'd be concerned if it was broken. All right, looking at Solana. Solana, no current negative divergence. I'm watching for divergence on particularly the daily RSI 5. None of that so far. We've seen a break up over this 147.53. We're still back testing that. Could go a little lower first, but this is a double bottom breaking up with a target in the 184 area and basically the 199 area. I'm watching the 200 EMA, which is at 181.05. That's a key level. So if we see a break over that, and again, like I was looking at on the weekly chart, we've got quite a few near misses and moves to it on the 200 DMA. Historically, it's a big level. I'm liking the upside here, and I'm thinking at least 180, and we've got a shot at getting to 200. Could this be an ABC as well? No, I don't think so. I think if we're making higher highs, there's a pretty good chance that the lows are already in. But I would be thinking in terms of a retest of this low. All right, looking at the hourly chart, no current divergence. I've still left the head and shoulders in. If we saw a sharp pullback here, which at the moment I'm seeing absolutely no sign of, then we could still be on the inverted head and shoulder scenario. But I've drawn in the double bottom, which is where I'm mainly coming from at the moment. All right, looking at Ethereum. Ethereum. This has been muted. We've made it back up to the 50 DMA, which is great, and we've seen a nice move up over the daily middle band, which it's finally managed to get over. We'll see how that goes. On the hourly chart, no current divergence. I've left in the drawing about the inverted head and shoulders, but as I was saying on the video yesterday, by the time we on the post yesterday, by the time we reach this neckline, I'm thinking that Bitcoin and Solana might well have made their double bottom targets. This has been going an awful lot slower. I was mentioning I was mentioning yesterday that I have some doubts about Ethereum being a big player in the next bull market. I think we're really seeing a strong relative decline here, and looking at the fundamentals, the question is why wouldn't it decline here? So we'll see how that goes. But I left this on because, of course, we could go up to this next line and then do a pullback. This could still form, but just on a different time frame and not as a mirror to what's happening on Solana. All right, great. In that case, let's have a quick look at questions if we've got any. Yeah, my pleasure as always. In that case, I'll have everything posted as soon as possible, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. All right, take care.